This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking Athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Now, let's catch up on the action and excitement of Augustana Athletics as we roll our Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Last weekend, Coach Dave Kraus, 13th ranked Augustana women's basketball team, picked up NSIC road wins at Bemidji State and Minnesota Crookston. The Vikings, now 11-2 overall and 7-2 in NSIC play, rolled over Bemidji State 92-44 before powering past Minnesota Crookston 93-57. In the Bemidji victory, Tiva Ashley scored a career-high 23 points as she canned 5 of 5 three-pointers and also dished out 4 assists. The Augustana ladies set a school record as they nailed 14 of 22 shots from beyond the arc. Faith Tinklenberg tallied 16 points, with Lydia Nelson adding 15 and Alex Feeney 12. Freshman Riley Nordgaard came off the bench to notch 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 steals. The Vikings shot 50% from the field while holding the Beavers to 24% shooting and forcing them into 24 turnovers. Then on Saturday, Augustana used a balanced offensive attack to run past Minnesota Crookston. Alex Feeney recorded her third double-double of the year with 18 points and 10 rebounds. Faith Tinklenberg scored a season-high 19 points. Tiva Ashley added 15, and Riley Nordgaard also chipped in with 15. The Vikings out-rebounded the Golden Eagles 53-40 and held them to 31% shooting from the field. In men's basketball, Coach Tom Billiter's team split a pair of games. Augustana dropped a hard-fought 69-67 battle at Bemidji State before coming back to defeat Minnesota Crookston 70-64. In the Bemidji game, the Vikings came back from an 8-point second-half deficit, but the Beavers hit tee shots and free throws down the stretch to pick up the win. Cameron McCaffrey led the Augustana attack with 21 points, while Alex Richter added 15. The Vikings shot 49% from the field, but committed 20 costly turnovers. Then on Saturday, Augustana came back strong to defeat Minnesota Crookston. The team got out to a 39-32 halftime lead and held off a Golden Eagles second-half rally to push their record to 10-3 overall with a 6-3 mark in NSIC action. Cameron McCaffrey scored a game-high 19 points, including key free throws down the stretch. Alex Richter added a career-high 17 points, with freshman Joe Burt pulling down 6 rebounds. In wrestling, Coach Jason Reitmeyer's team competed in the Division II National Duels in Springfield, Illinois. Augustana fell to Notre Dame of Ohio and Fort Hays State before coming back to knock off Minot State 39-15. With that victory, Coach Jason Reitmeyer earned his 100th career win. Reitmeyer, now in his 10th season as the Vikings head coach, has an overall dual meet record of 100 wins and 47 losses. And in indoor track, Coach Tracy Hellman's men's and women's teams competed at the MSU Open in Mankato. Augustana dominated the competition in the 4-team meet. Heavier competition begins on Saturday for the Viking teams as they travel to the University of Minnesota Invitational. That's our sports update for this week. We'll be back with Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of our community, part of your life. Augustana Sportscene is also brought to you by Graham Automotive, real service, real value.
Timing means everything here at Sanford, where experts have the skill to make split-second decisions when life hands you the unexpected. It takes a team to be the best, prepared and connected to a network of care, to life-saving treatments, ready before you ever need us. Your heart, our hands, connected. Sanford Heart.
Midconet Extreme Wideband. 3 levels of extremely fast connections with exceptional capacity to choose from. Extreme 1.0, exciting speeds that start out faster than anyone in the region. Extreme 2.0, exhilarating speed for gaming or streaming. Extreme 3.0, extraordinary speed for the whole house. It's among the nation's fastest. 3 extreme speeds. Only from Midconet Extreme Wideband.
Build your own bundle and save today. xisnext.com. have evidence that proves my dad's a space alien. He speaks a weird language. Drinks green stuff. He says he's from Albuquerque. I'm not buying it. I mean, just look at him. And one more thing, he has a spaceship. The evidence doesn't lie. My dad's an alien.
The highly advanced Audi A6, named to car and drivers 10 best. Experience exceptional value on the Audi A6 at your local dealer today.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, Tom, you took the nice balmy trip to the North Country last weekend, went up to Bemidji State, lost a tough one, and then came back with a very hard-fought win at Minnesota Crookston. So let's talk about Bemidji
It's
first.
funny you say it, though. Actually, it was 40 degrees, and like 2 years ago we played up there. It was 36 below without wind chill.
Did you have your swimming suit on?
This is 76-degree difference. So you know that part. It was all the bad weather was just in Crookston. It was like it just.
Well, we go into Bemidji on this show, so we apologize. Bemidji, we love you up there.
No, I'm just saying it really wasn't that bad of weather.
All right.
You know, good basketball game. Bemidji had gotten beat pretty bad that weekend before by Moorhead, and I bet you they had a very intense week of practice, and they came out, played very physical, and beat us. You know, we didn't have a good game. We had 8 assists to 20 turnovers. They had a lot to do with that. Had some good looks at the end that just didn't go down, and they made their shots. And every team we play, I keep trying to tell our players, they want to beat you. You know, we're a team that's been over the past 5 years one of the better teams in the league, in the region. Teams like to play us. They want to beat us. A lot of their kids, you know, were intrigued by Augie during their high school years, what have you. And so we've got to step up to the plate every time and realize we're going to get every team's best shot when we play, and that's just the way it's going to be. So again, great learning tool. Lost a hard-fought game, and you know, had a chance to win it. Didn't, but still was a very good college basketball game.
Well, then the Vikings ran into a little bit of questionable weather and ended up staying in Bemidji, usually traveling to the next site. So a little bit off kilter with your you know, planning for your team and that, but came back strong with a nice 70-64 win at
And you know,
Crookston.
you and I talked, and you know, I'll always err on the side of caution. We're never going to make our kids be in a situation of where there's any danger whatsoever. And you know, afterwards sounded like we could have made it just fine, but that's okay. We stayed the extra day, and really appreciate Coach Ninham from Bemidji High School allowed us to use his facility for a walkthrough the next day. So we actually stayed in Bemidji, walked through at the high school, went to pregame, and then got on the bus and drove to Crookston. And about 5 minutes into the girls' game, pulled in there, and you know, really happy with how our guys responded. It was not an easy day nor an easy trip, and I don't care any team we play in the league. Again, they want to beat us, so I think we got a very good shot from Crookston. They played as well as I've seen them. You know, saw their tapes, and I thought they played really well against us. And strange game. You know, we got up 15 in the second half. I took Cam out and right away went right back down. But you know, I'm thinking, okay, we play Tuesday again. You know, there's no turnaround. Anytime we can get a rest for him, we need to do it. And I would do the same thing all over again. But they did fight right back, and I had to put him back in. And then, you know, it was always a close game. Crookston played very well and had chances to even tie it or what have you, and it really wasn't decided, in my opinion, until the final couple minutes. So just happy to ever get a win on the road, and you know, it was nice to be done. Glad it was a 4 and 6 o'clock game. We got home that much earlier, and now we're focusing on Wayne State, who's playing 1-4 of their last 5 and playing very good basketball.
Well, over the weekend, of course, Cameron McCaffrey, again, we kind of take him for granted, a great weekend and helping us get a split. Alex Richter really came out kind of and had 2 nice ball games.
Yeah, and Al, you know, has just had, we all are familiar with it. You and I have talked about it, that sophomore slump season, whatever you want to call it. I've seen it with players that are in the NBA that we had in college that had just not very good sophomore years. And Al's sophomore year hasn't, you know, it hasn't been bad. I just think he had such a good freshman year that we thought, you know, might even be, you know, averaging 14, 15 points a game this year. And fairness to him, you know, teams are putting their best perimeter defenders on either he or Cam, and you know, he's doing more things than he had to do last year, and he's adjusting well, and he just continues to work at it, and he's gotten better over the last few games, and hopefully he's back to where he was at, you know, that form of what we were looked at last year and need. And not only just scoring, but he's rebounding and doing some other things too. So, you know, he cares a lot. Our whole team cares a lot. They always want to get better. And Al's one of those kids that, you know, he has it in him to get you 15 every game. We know it, and hopefully he'll do that.
Well, Tom, we've been short a couple players here, Brennan Olson and also Casey Schilling. You might want to talk what you can talk. You know, we're limited in what we can say here by law. But
I feel bad for Brennan. You know, fortunately, we haven't played him. He played the first minute against Upper Iowa and dunked. Got 2 points and just couldn't keep going. And, you know, it just didn't seem like that was just plantar fascia. too good a kid, works too hard, and wants to play too badly. And so we finally got the MRI done, and he's got a hairline fracture of the calcaneus. So he's got basically a break in his heel. And so on the good side of things, he hadn't done anything since Upper Iowa game. So we've had 3 or 4 weeks of keeping him off of it, basically. Now, he wasn't in a boot or cast or crutches, but it's probably got some healing on it. I have no idea when he's back. I can't wait to have it back. Right. People forget he was averaging 10 and 6. He was having a pretty darn good year. Well. Yeah, and we missed that. And so, hopefully we'll get him back. We don't know yet. And then, Casey Schilling just fell on his hand and definitely bruised it, swollen. To what extent, I have no idea. He's going to get x-rays, and we'll know more about it. I know he tried to play. I mean, he still played 25 minutes. He did it in the first 3 minutes of the Bemidji game. Yeah. And he did have a very good game. I credit a lot of that to Bemidji, but also when you're playing with that sore hand and trying to gut it out, courageous by him, but wasn't able to really have the game that he's normally been having for us. And so to lose him in the first 3 minutes of Bemidji, did not even play him against Crookston. So we'll see where he is. But I know he wants to play. He's a tough kid.
Well, we're filming this on Monday, so obviously Tom's focus is on tomorrow night, the Wayne State game. But we don't play this show till Wednesday, so catch up on that one. We hope we beat the Wildcats down there in Wayne. It's going to be a tough one. But this weekend, fans, back home, the Vikings take on the University of Mary and Minot State.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about, really and truly Minot, to be honest. Mary we've obviously played and has some feel for, but Minot's a new team in the league, so we've got some work to do on them. It's a short turnaround, as you just said, because we play our travel partner Tuesday. So, their crowds have been fabulous. I mean, unbelievable. And so hopefully, we'll have our fans show up and be ready to go. But, as you said, in between that, a very, very good, very tough Wayne State team at their place where, it's never a fun place to play. So, obviously, a lot to happen by the time this is seen.
Well, fans, get over here. Vikings play University of Mary, 8 o'clock Friday night. Minot State, 6 o'clock Saturday. Tom, keep winning some more.
Thanks, girl.
With 25 years of experience and an outstanding trio of dentists, Doctors Berdoff, Bayak, and Swingdorf, along with their caring team at Sensational Smiles, are passionate about developing long-lasting relationships. Sensational Smiles will partner with you to keep your teeth clean for a lifetime. Also check out our cavity-free club for kids with Sammy, our mascot, at sensationalsmilesforyou.com. Call 332-4751 now for a sensational smile every day.
He's got the strength and is making it look easy.
Show renewed strength. Whether it's our physicians, therapists, or athletic trainers, Sanford offers the finest and most integrated orthopedic team and services around.
There's nothing he couldn't lift right now.
For the everyday competitor in all of us, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
You can be part of
something bigger.
At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month.
They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profits.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
Meet Rob Moore from Aberdeen, South Dakota. As a Mid-Continent Service Manager, he makes sure our service techs have the tools to keep customers ahead of the technology game. Rob also keeps busy coaching youth football, teaching kids both the fundamentals of the game and good sportsmanship. Looks like Rob's a game changer in more ways than one.
I'm Rob Moore, and we're good people here in Aberdeen.
We're back, and with me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, what a difference a week makes. The Vikings went on the road to balmy Bemidji and Crookston, and it was just, I guess, the right formula for the Vikings. 2 games and 2 huge victories.
Well, it really, I thought came down to making a few shots, getting yourself rolling a little bit, and gaining some confidence, and that's kind of exactly both what the doctor ordered and what happened. So you know, we shot the ball, especially from three-point range, incredibly at Bemidji, and really in that game, I thought Lydia Nelson was a real key. You know, we went to her 3 or 4 times early inside, and she scored on all of them, and that just seemed to get us going for the weekend.
Yeah, well, the Bemidji game, I think I'm right on this, Dave. 14 out of 22 from three-point land, which is an Augustana record. That's like 67%. You know, it's funny how when the ball goes in the hole, coaching's a lot easier.
Oh, and you know, we made some mistakes defensively that night that we just didn't seem to have to pay for. You know, but I think we might have been 14 for 16 and missed our last 6. I think we were 10 for 12, I believe, at half. And I think we made 2 to start the half. So it really is such an eraser of all the other evils or ills or the mistakes you make. So, but it was, like I said, it was kind of what the doctor ordered for us, and we got going and played with pretty good energy for being on the road.
Well, your team, it seems to be contagious from three-point land. Shantiva Ashley had a great game, 5 out of 5 threes, career high 23 points.
Yeah, no, she, and none of those where she got a friendly bounce. It was just all bottom, and so she was just feeling so good with her stroke that night. And like I said, it does get a little contagious. And I thought, like I said, in the second half, I think we missed our last 6, but everybody was trying to get in the act a little bit.
Well, we battled the weather. The Vikings had to stay in Bemidji, usually traveled to the next site, but made it over to Crookston, and another great win over at Minnesota Crookston.
Well, and they got beat on a last-second shot by Wayne the night before. You don't know how those games affect teams. But we got off to a decent start again, not a great start, but a decent start. And if I judge by body language, I just felt again that we were kind of the aggressor and not playing as aggressive, you know, full court defense as we did early in the year. But I mean, I just got the body language was positive.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of contributors, but a couple of seniors had great nights. Alex Feeney, a double-double. Faith Tinklenberg, I think, with a season-high 19 points. So they kind of led the way.
Yeah, and Faith really had a good, you know, she shot about 75% for the weekend. And we actually went inside to her a few more times over the weekend than we probably would normally do. Alex had a very good game on Saturday, and I thought struggled a little bit, if anybody struggled the night before at Bemidji, but had an excellent game that night. And then we just got contributions from a lot of people. Riley Norgard had another good weekend off the bench for us, and you know, we need that.
Yeah, well, the other thing that was impressive, in addition to the offense, was you held these teams to really low shooting percentages.
And I really thought the first night was just, you know, Bemidji was kind of a victim of us shooting it in and just deflated them so badly, and they just played poorly after our start. But the next night against Crookston, I told our kids, I just thought we just didn't make many mistakes defensively. It wasn't like we were out stealing every pass, but just we were there and contested shots. And so I thought that night it was just a real solid effort on the defensive end.
Well, the Vikings are now up to 11-2 overall, 7-2 in the NSIC, tied for the league lead with a bunch of others. This weekend, back in the frying pan again, back home though, fans, University of Mary on Friday night, Minot State on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, most weekends, it's dog eat dog, 2 good teams coming in here. You know, Mary, I really thought, along with us, probably brought back, you know, real quality teams from a year ago. For some reason, we get picked to win the league, but they're very solid, and they've had a coaching change, you know, in the fall. But Minot is, you know, another just very good team that people probably don't know much about, just simply because they're new and, you know, they're up there by Canada. So.
Yeah. Well, it'll be really interesting. I was thinking about the games this weekend. I'm really anxious to see the Minot teams because, of course, we've seen Mary and we kind of know, but Minot's kind of an unknown to us, so that'll be kind of interesting, I think, for fans, too.
Right, and we did play them last year, and so, I mean, we're not completely unfamiliar, but even in the course of videotaping, it just worked out where we haven't really seen them on tape much going into the weekend. But they've got a couple of very good players, Australian players, and get some kids that, you know, have found home in Minot to make them a very respectable team.
Yeah, well, fans, get over here. Great basketball again at the Elman Center. The Augustana ladies, 6 o'clock Friday night against Mary, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon against Minot. Good luck, Dave.
Thanks, Bill.
1, 2, 3, break! Today we come together, united as a human family, Today, we share the same stage, the same commitment, the same dream. Today is not just about the ceremony, the flags raised at the end. It's about what it takes to get there, the commitment, the finest training, and digging deep when the moment depends on it. Today, we come together to improve the human condition.
The Volkswagen Passat, winner of Motor Trend's mid-size sedan comparison, beating out the best-selling sedans in its class. Just another feature that comes standard. That's the power of German engineering.
Mid-Connect Extreme Wideband. 3 levels of extremely fast connections with exceptional capacity to choose from. Extreme 1.0, exciting speeds that start out faster than anyone in the region. Extreme 2.0, exhilarating speed for gaming or streaming. Extreme 3.0, extraordinary speed for the whole house. It's among the nation's fastest. 3 extreme speeds. Only from Mid-Connect Extreme Wideband.
Build your own bundle and save today. xisnext.com.
You can be part of
something bigger.
At Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll have more than a place to do your banking.
As a member of Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union, you'll receive interest refunds on your loans, actual cash back every month.
They're the loan leaders. They even gave their members over $91,000 back last year.
And no hoops to jump through.
Just a place to do your banking, where you are the focus, not profit.
Sioux Empire Federal Credit Union. Yesterday's values, tomorrow's technology.
Joining me now is sophomore Augustana basketball player Alex Richter. Alex, great to have you on Augustana Sportscene. Alex is coming off a great weekend on the road at Bemidji State and at Crookston. 15 one night, a career high 17 the other night, and of course the Vikings split the trip, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and the team. But to begin with, Alex, let's go backwards. Lakeville South High School, outstanding career, outstanding teams. After high school, had to pick a college. Why Augustana?
Well, I was able to take a lot of visits that I liked, and it came down to Winona State and Augustana at the end. And when I visited both of them, I got down to it, and I liked the coaching staff here. I like Coach Builder a lot. I like Coach Trumbauer, and the facilities were a really big draw to me too. Yeah, well, we're glad you're here, and the potential for you is outstanding, obviously, and you've already contributed in so many ways. Been playing basketball a long time. What do you like about the game of basketball? It's just, it came easy to me when I was younger, and now that you get up into the higher levels, you got to kind of work for it. And I like that there's a lot of new things, and you can always get better. Mm-hmm. You can always improve. And your own game, you know, you're obviously coming off a great weekend. What do you really see as far as your game evolving? I think last year I was more of a spot-up shooter in the corner because we had a lot of guys that dominated the ball a lot, so I took my shots when I got them. But I think this year I'm able to get to the rack a little bit better off the dribble and just keep getting better at everything. And on the defensive end? Yeah, defense is always going to be something I'm going to have to work at, and Coach gets on me when I'm not doing it right and everything, but it's just something you got to keep getting better at and working hard at it. Right. Well, the Vikings this year, 10-3 right now, 6-3 in the NSIC. Obviously, a lot of great wins, some disappointing losses, but what do you think about the team? I think we're real young to start, and I think that's going to only benefit us in the future because we got to get some guys some experience and stuff. But I think we're 10-3 right now, halfway through the season, and I think we got some tough road tests coming up in the future, and I'm excited to get the postseason going, just the second half of the year. Well, you're a sophomore, and now we have 5 freshmen that are playing, and a lot. You got to be, and some incoming recruits, you got to be excited about the future of the program. I'm definitely excited about the future. There's times this year when we've had 5 freshmen on the court at once. Right. And, I mean, that's only going to benefit us, give them experience, and we got 4 more years with them. I got 2 more years after this year, so. Yeah. Well, this year we still got to go, and we're going to work hard to get to that regional tournament. Alex, let's switch gears a little bit. What's your major and future plans? I'm majoring in business administration. I'm thinking about an emphasis in finance, maybe. Other than that, I'm just going to try to get that done and go from there. And go from there. You know, you've been at Augie just a couple of years now, but what are your thoughts on Augustana as a student and a basketball player?
I like it a lot as a basketball player, first off. That's kind of what drew me here, the basketball, obviously. And then the academics is #1 right behind it. The teachers are really understanding when you have conflicts with basketball and stuff. And I like the setup of the campus. It's not too big, it's not too small. You get to see same people every day kind of deal, get used to meeting the same people and getting a good little flow.
Yeah, well, we're certainly happy you're here. You've got definitely an upside for the future. Have already contributed. Viking basketball the rest of the way. We're back home this weekend, fans. Get over here, and good luck to you, Alex.
Thank you.
He's got the strength and is making it look easy.
Show renewed strength. Whether it's our physicians, therapists, or athletic trainers, Sanford offers the finest and most integrated orthopedic team and services around.
There's nothing he couldn't lift right now.
For the everyday competitor in all of us, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
With 25 years of experience and an outstanding trio of dentists, Doctors Berdahl, Fyock, and Swingdorf, along with their caring team at Sensational Smiles, are passionate about developing long-lasting relationships. Sensational Smiles will partner with you to keep your teeth clean for a lifetime. Also check out our cavity-free club for kids with Sammy our mascot at sensationalsmilesforyou.com. Call 332-4751 now for a sensational smile every day.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
Well, let's take a look at the Augustana sports calendar for this week. Friday, January 18th, basketball teams back home against the University of Mary. The women tip off at 6, followed by the men at 8. Saturday, January 19th, basketball home again with Minot State. Women at 4, men at 6. And indoor track is at the University of Minnesota Invitational in Minneapolis. Sunday, January 20th, first home wrestling match of the year for the Vikings against a very good Augsburg team at the Elman Center at 2 o'clock. And Augustana Athletics information. You can hear the Viking ladies on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide on the web at kxrb.com. And the Augustana men's basketball games may be heard on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide at kikn.com. And for complete information on Augustana Athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com, where you can also purchase discount tickets at goaugie.com/tickets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. So long, everybody.
You have been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly review of Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.